Uh, Here we are again, round 6 around Bathurst. I'm with Asriel,
Hello,
um,
everyone.
and we'll get qualifying underway. So Jake's out the pits first in the baguette. So after doing this race for an hour, what tips can you give the people who are driving now, who will not be able to hear it anyway?
Well, more than half the battle of this race is just surviving without damage, because anywhere on this mountain, if you lose it, you can be in a Austin Powers scenario of trying to like do a 5 point turn and straighten yourself out. And
Agreed. Damage is definitely one.
so if you can get through this race without bending it and getting damage, you're gonna do pretty well.
Who have you got in
Honestly,
it?
past that, yeah, I think the key to this track, with if you survive, is being able to get on the power early on the before the straights. You can make up and lose so much time.
Yeah, agreed. Who have you got? Have you got any picks for tonight?
Well, I think Z-Car, he won yesterday in the sprint, so I think I got to go with him. But let me see what cars we have here.
I think, as you say, it's all about damage limitation, isn't it? I think I gotta say I did some practice this week. I think Jay, to be fair, has a good shot as long as he doesn't crash, which is the same that goes for everyone. That BMW seems pretty good round there.
I did some practice with Specs this week, and he's quick here too. So I like him in that GTR. Apex is also quick in the McLaren. Devo's quick in that Ferrari. This is
And
going to be a good race.
Steve-O's just finished his outlap, so we'll jump on board as he goes round. We'll see what he gets for a first sector time, looking around the low 19s, high 18s.
Interesting choice to have the weather radar up for your MFD, but
It's on, it's on fuel map for me, so I think it's random. Lay onto
this is
brakes.
Mountain Panorama is one of my favorite tracks in the whole game. It's iconic. It's hard, difficult. It really separates, I think, the people who put time into their craft versus someone just throwing themselves into a race.
It's definitely difficult. I will not be surprised to see a couple of incidents this evening. I think we had a couple in our race as well.
Hmm.
And this is the bit that makes this track. Oh, saves it. He did lose time there though. But this section, especially in an MR car, is extremely difficult. I also don't like this corner, Forest Alba. I keep
I
getting
hate
back,
this
keep
corner.
sliding. Slight graze of the wall, but Steve did a good job there. He's down onto the back straight.
It's so tricky because you kind of have to get on the gas before you can see the exit. And if you do it too soon, then you go too wide and you get into the wall
Yeah,
and ruin, the longest straight in the track.
topping out. Wow, I don't know about what you was topping out at, but topping out about 174, 175 down there.
Yeah,
Miles
my
per hour.
BRZ is about 168 on the street.
It'd be good up the mountain. It's killer up the mountain though. I mean, your quality time was pretty good considering the car's that
Yeah,
underpowered.
I think I did a 201.9 with the BRZ, which is, I think, pretty damn
Apex
good.
took pole, provisional pole.
202.9 is pretty respectable time. I think we'll see.
Do you
I
think
think
we'll
we'll
get
see a
someone in the 201s?
2023. I don't think we'll see anyone in the 201s.
See who else is going around the track at the moment. Your mate Zaskar, our winner from the sprint yesterday. Let's watch him go round. Popped him into 6th.
You know, I've raced with Deputy Fishtail on this track a lot. He's really good at it. He just had terrible luck yesterday. Um, I think he has the potential of putting up a good time as well.
I think you're right, looking at the way the time he's exited that final corner. 2:07, pip 6th. I think everyone's done one lap now. Oh, someone's just spun up the mountain. Jake.
I really dig the Renault here, and Shippo is my Renault brother-in-arms, and I like his livery too, but I can do a low 201 with the Renault here.
I don't think Shippo's very fond of this track. But, well, I think he likes the track, like you said, likes the challenge, likes the fact that it's difficult. Doesn't necessarily like driving it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's it's this bit. It's just this section for the MR cars. They just get so loose if you go over this left dipper here. Oh, Shippo did a good job of it there, though, to be fair.
Ronnie into the wall.
I didn't want to draw too much attention to that. Jay's improved to a 204. Isaiah with a 2027.
Nice.
See what Shippo gets under this third split. See if he's improving.
So I'm on with Steve-O here, and this section of the mountain going up, just past this next corner, you can take this almost flat out.
You can
do it just right.
You can take it flat if you do it just right. But if you don't, you hit the wall.
You hit lots of walls.
It's a fine line to run, that is. Let's see where Fishtail's going slowly. I think he's done a cool down lap, hasn't he? That's quite smart, that is, to be fair, because even that he won't wear his tyres out, but he still benefits from having slightly less fuel than if he exits to the pits.
Yeah, did you pit on your qualifying to get fresh tyres?
No. The outlap's just too long. Let's watch Fishtail go around. Yeah, the outlap was too long. I did manage my best time on the last lap. But our good friend Boost did pit me on his last lap. It's a ball.
Yeah, same here. I didn't pit for tires, and I got my best lap on the last lap.
So this is also a night race, which is just to add it a little bit more difficulty to an already difficult track. I see. You did. How much did you get flashed during the pro race, Ashriel?
On that last lap, Dad was flashing me the entire time, pretty much.
I'm guessing it didn't put you off too much.
No, he was trying whatever he could.
Steve-O 2022.
Oh, that's a good lap.
See what Fishtail's split time is again under this bridge. See if he's up. Panda said he can't flash you if you're behind him. That's fighting talk after the break, that is, if ever I've heard it. And we're at Brands Hatch, which should be good for your car.
Should be, yeah.
I mean, I know we've said that on several weekends.
If you look close, there's kangaroos on the left here.
There is. There were a feature in our podium race before this season. Using all the track there as it comes down to the final corner. It's pretty much even on his time. Panda says you get in there with the BRZ. Who else haven't we watched for a bit? Let's go and watch Matt. He does have some traffic in front of him, but that's going to help down this straight. See if he's up on his time. another good point for this track as well is the oh, let's just jump to J. Just get, everyone crosses the line. Turn 1, turn 2 on lap 1. You just got to be so careful. It's such a short run, and you start side by side.
Specs is up almost a second on his lap.
Oh, wiggly into that last corner.
BMW just steered him off.
Puts it third. Who do we have coming across the line next? Isaiah, he's not going to improve. The Chick's put quite a lot of work in this season, and he's improving, to be fair. I think this is definitely going to be his biggest challenge so far, because this track is just... Oh, it's on an outlet. This track is just brutal. He's on the Chick. Smack. I think he'll improve here. He does just pip Shippo on his final lap. I don't think anyone has to lap. Oh yeah, Ronnie.
I know Smack has made it a personal mission of his to... he's made Shippo his target. His mission is to beat Shippo.
Shippo has been split by Bibby from his rival Tom. And I think that's it. I think that's the end of qualifying. Unless... Who's this? Apex. Not going to improve. And that is the end of qualifying, so let's quickly run through that. So, Steve-O, P1, 202.2, all the 2s. Isaiah in P3, MG Dunn in... No, Isaiah in P2, MG Dunn in P3, Apex P4, Zaskar P5, our race winner from the sprint, Jake in P6, Deputy Fishtail in P7, Jay in P8, Smack Attack P9, Shippo in P10, Bibby in 11th, Tom 12th, Ron 13th, and the Chick 14th.
I thought we would see more 202s.
I think this, as you said, this track being so difficult, I do expect to see a bit of spread across the field. It's just about not making mistakes. Anyone can win this race, because if anyone makes a mistake, and there's no ghosting as well, so if you crash during the mountain...
Thankfully, there was a little bit of ghosting on our race, because it would have been... We had a couple people just parked in the middle.
Yeah, I think if you completely stopped, it ghosts you. I think lap 1 or 2, when I was behind Panda, that Ferrari was completely sideways, and you just can't get past.
He does it on purpose. He likes to drift around those corners, so you can't.
Yeah, when he's behind you, he flashes his lights. When he's in front of you, he just parks the car sideways across the track. only for you, I think. I think he must have done it a few times.
So there's a couple
was that
different
qualifying what you expected?
I expected Z-Car to be in the 202s, and
can you hear that disappointment, Z-Car, when you watch this back?
I'm impressed with Jake in the baguette. 6th place.
Well, Jake was in the sprint yesterday in the M3, so again another uncompetitive car, and he did a brilliant job, to be fair. And that Citroen gets off the line rapid.
This turn 1 is going to be exciting.
Hopefully, it's not like our practice race was. So here we go, 30 laps of Bathurst.
So Steve-O in the Ferrari in P1, he's going to keep that position. That thing is rapid off the line.
Yep, I think we'll see Jake in P3 as long as he can get through turn 1 safely.
And I think Shippo will jump at least 2 or 3 positions.
But he should get the Porsches. Jake got up to P4. Oh, I think everyone's got through okay. Someone's slightly wide off at the back. Just quickly check who that is. Chick.
Z-Car went all the way down to 10th.
It's that Porsche start for you, that is. Oh, side by side here with Jake and Apex. Oh, beautiful bit of space given. This first lap's going to be so tricky because everyone's so close. Oh, Jay into the wall. Jay tumbled down to 7th. Shipper up to 6th. The Hoover. He's out. Oh no, he's already lost it again. Back to Jay.
Oh, someone's backwards. Bibby lost it.
You're right, Scott, around the outside is very impressive. First time through the mountain. Does everyone make it through?
Jake is stuck on the wall. So we've got 2 casualties so far. Oh, Tom lost it on the mountain.
Luckily he ghosted because he was going so slow.
Ronnie is stuck
So,
on the wall again.
Ronnie with damage, Tom with damage, Bibby with damage, Jake with damage, Jay with damage. Everyone else has got through clean. Steve already 2 seconds clear of Isaiah. I think most people opting for the mediums.
We got a nice pack, 1 through 8.
Oh, Shipper trying to go around the outside of Fishtail. Fishtail not having any of that. Zaskar now on the outside of... No, not quite.
Nice job, Chippo, defending that.
Oh,
Outside,
a little loose.
It's so easy to bobble that turn 1. There's a little bump. Right when you put on the gas, it likes to throw you sideways. So there's a couple different tire strategies you can use here, and I see everyone but Shippo and Tom are on soft, or on mediums, so Shippo on softs.
So Shippo's either going to have to do some tyre saving, or he's going to 2-stop.
Yeah, so depending on the car, you could pull off a 1-stop. So we've got 30 laps. You know, most you can get out of the softs, maybe 12 laps.
Yeah, but that's at the end.
Tires.
That's at the end of the stint usually as well, not at the start.
That's right. So this is going to transition into a night race at the end, and cool the track down so your tires aren't going to wear as well. So starting on soft is an interesting strategy.
I think so. I spoke to Shipper about this, and I think the one benefit of starting on softs is it does depend on where you qualify, but if you can get out of the pack, preferably at the front, you can avoid all the carnage of the lap 1. 16 laps on softs if you boosted. Yeah, I think we're going to have to get his car checked by the FIA. Something not right about that. Zaskar has now got past Shippo. I think the bigger problem around this track though is not, well, it is tyres, but it's fuel, because a lot of cars won't do 30 laps without, well, no car will do 30 laps without fuel, but some cars have to stop a lot earlier than others. So one car that should do well is my buddy in the other Lexus.
Yeah, Isaiah could pull off a... How many laps can you get out of fuel? I mean, you had a fuel save.
I was only... well, no, I can do 19... Oh, was that Steve crashing? No. I can do 19 without fuel saving. I did 20 with a little bit of fuel saving. Went into the pit about... I could have done 21, but... Isaiah seems a little bit better at saving fuel and tyres than I am, so... Still got a bit of spread. apex onto the back of MG Dunn.
And so if you're
Yeah,
going
through the
for
top of this mountain as well is awful, as Apex just found out.
if you're going for a one stop, then then yeah, you're going to want to try and get as close to 20 laps as you can, hit on the soft, and finish out the nice, cool track with about 10 laps.
I mean,
And that's doable.
I pushed quite hard on the softs to try and take fastest lap, which didn't work, and they were still pretty dead at the end of 10. The McLaren, something like the McLaren or the Porsche, is probably a bit more suited to it because they're probably a little bit better on tyres.
Yeah, and I'm saying that like it's easily doable, and it's not. You have to plan, and you have to fuel save, be nice on your tires. Otherwise, you're going to be in a lot of trouble on that end of your medium stint.
Jay's damage cost him about 5 miles an hour at the end of the straights. Might see a move here from Fishtail into turn 2. I'm going to put my phone on silent as the budgie keeps going off.
Now the other strategy is a two-stop, so start on medium. This is what I had to do because my fuel tank is so small. I can only get 17 laps out of mine, BRZ. So I went 15 laps and then split the last stint in between two soft pit stops.
Fishtail choosing not to overtake Jay into turn 2. That is going to bring Zaskar back onto him because passing through this mountain section is very difficult. Jay's got damage.
So we have a fastest lap of 2:04.16 by Stevo. Got that nice clean air up front.
Yeah, he's managed to maintain that gap. I think the other two are actually catching Isaiah, but I don't know how much he's saving. Watch the Porsche through the dipper, see how it gets on. And the other corner is the Forest Alba. Zaskar now closer to Fishtail than Fishtail is to Jay.
To me, it looks like Isaiah and Zekar are both fuel saving fairly well. Everyone else is kind of just balls to the wall right now. Stevo with now a 5 1/4 second gap.
Yeah, Isaiah's definitely got more fuel than the cars around him. Stevo's burning through quite a lot.
Set a new fastest lap, 2:03.3.
Let's have a flick through the field. Fishtail has surely got to make a move past Jay now. Jay getting damage on the beginning on his medium tyres as well. That's a shame. Nope, still not close enough. Unless he's going to absolutely send it. No. Another lap stuck behind Jay. Jay's doing a good job considering he has got that damage.
Yeah, he's holding both these guys up quite a bit. They're going to have to figure out how to get around him. And there's just no good spots to pass on this mountain.
I think you've got that hairpin that they've just gone through, and the left after this one, so you can try and sneak up the inside here, but you have to be really close.
You got to really trust the guy you're next to to go too wide through any of these sections.
I tried to go side by side with Jake through the dipper Friday, and it didn't go very well. You are probably safer just sitting behind. Now Zaskar's going to have Fishtail slipstream. Maybe they work together and bump themselves past Jay. Oh, Jay sliding a little bit. Oh, he crashed.
Ooh.
Jay made that even easier for both of the Porsches.
Now they're going to be trying to make that 6 second gap to Apex a little smaller.
Shipper manages to get past as well. I think Smack is there or thereabouts. Luckily, Jay didn't suffer any more damage.
I mean, once you have damage, can you make it worse?
True.
Even more damage?
The chick doing quite well, circulating himself in 10th. Tom's still got his damage in 11th, but I think he is catching.
Steve-O now with a 7-second and gaining gap, and he just put purple on Sector 1.
Should we sit on with a lap with our race leader? Be interesting to see firsthand how this car goes through that dipper. This is big as well. This is because I'm not saying that, Panda. That's not very nice. This is interesting as well, to be fair, because Steve-O needs these points for to take his brother, or to take off his brother in the standings. But I mean, we're 6 laps into a 30-lap race. There's still chances for mistakes, especially when the tyre wear starts to kick in a little bit more. Managed to circulate himself around there quite well.
Nice and steady.
Matt's now caught right up to the back of Isaiah. Now that Lexus is fast in a straight line. I can, but I don't think he's going to be able to keep the. Oh no, he's pulling away. He's. Oh no, there you go. His slipstream's kicked in now. Matt was out till 4 o'clock last night.
Oh, we're going to see a move. Specs.
Yeah, we have.
Puts it right in front. Very nice.
Isaiah going to tackle? No. I think Isaiah's doing his race. I think he's trying to do as much fuel saving, as much tyre saving as he can. Maybe with the slipstream of the car in front, it can help.
We've got Fish and Z-Car building a 12-second gap to 7th. And Jay just took Shippo over on that last sector.
We'll flick back to them, so there's a little group forming. Coming around the last corner now. Isaiah's not going to make a move from there. Jay, Shippo and Smack circulating around the first corner now. Even with damage, that BMW is still pretty quick in a straight line. Shippo's doing the flashing tactic. Hunter turned gamekeeper. It's gone from the most kind and gentle soul on the racetrack to win at all costs. The Blanchimont Basher is here to stay. I think overall he'll be quite happy with his 8th place at the moment. I know it's not net 8 because he's on soft. He's going to have to pit early, but hopefully
the Renault is decent on tires, so you could get 12 laps out of him on this. It's possible.
Well, I mean, he's only got 50% tyre wear on lap 7.
Mm-hmm.
I think
fuel is doing good.
I think he should definitely be aiming for 12. The problem is how loose does the car become when the softs get that low, and if he's confident to drive on them. But yeah, I'd definitely be aiming for 12 sort of laps, and then the last 18 on the mediums. Oh, I think someone's just lost it here. Tom's crashed again.
Well, as you predicted, the field is pretty spread out. Steve-O with an 8-second gap. P2.
I think Jake's pitted again. I think he's pitted to get rid of his damage after the first crash. Then he was on mediums. And now he's back on softs.
Yeah.
So there is multiple drivers in the league trying the 5-stop strategy today.
It's not going to work out well in the long run, but it might make their race a little more enjoyable.
I just think this track is just so brutal. He takes no prisoners, does it? One mistake, one. I mean, Boosted had an issue yesterday where he'd catch that curb on the right hand side of this corner, and the car would just turn to a tripod.
Tom missing the pit entrance, so that'll be a 3-second penalty.
Steve are pulling away from his brother. 9 seconds now. Or as good as.
He's booking it. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull a one-stop, but if he starts fuel saving here...
Panda couldn't, or didn't. So, Sensei of the Ferrari team couldn't do it.
Yeah, if I was him with a 9.5 second gap, I would start short shifting and try and save some fuel.
Smack even closer now to Shipper. Oh, what a beautiful line there from Smack up to that Alpost Alba. Is 4 tenths enough?
Closing in on his self-proclaimed rival, Shippo. If he'll make a move here.
A bit too far back. If he can get a good run out of this corner though, maybe into the final corner. Just doesn't quite have the legs on the Renault. Shippo's just made that 2/10 gap back up to 9/10 through the last 2 corners as well. I think he's okay everywhere else, just really tentative through the mountain, which is to be expected in all fairness. It's another lap for Smack. We'll come back to this one.
I need to tell Shippo that he needs to rev out those gears more on the Renault. It has 7 gears, so it has a weird gearing compared to other cars. It really likes to be revved out on 5th gear around 144 miles an hour before you want to shift up to 6th.
Got a photographer getting a picture of Apex's car as he works his way down to the final straight. Matt not completely running away from Isaiah, and he's got considerably more fuel and slightly better tyres as well. Very consistent lap times in the 205s. I think this is the closest set of cars on the track at the moment.
Fish pulled about a second on that last sector on Apex. I think Apex may have messed up a little bit.
His lap times aren't too bad, like in terms of off of his fastest. That's 8/10 off his fastest lap. But yeah, it was 1.2 seconds slower than Fishtail's in comparison. Fishtail also now pulled 3 seconds on Zaskark since they passed Joe. Doesn't have the best. Look, his tyres look quite good, but his fuel is looking rather low at the moment. Well, what's happened to Smack? He's dropped off the back of Shippo by 16 seconds. He's got damage.
Oh no.
Your self-proclaimed rival is getting away, Smack. What would Almo think?
Yeah, he added 20 seconds to that lap, so something went bad. Oh, and he has damage too, so he lost it on the mountain somewhere.
I mean, I'm going to give another shout out to Little Chick as well. Still circling in 10th. I think he'd be quite happy with that. His lap times look relatively consistent, 10s and 11s. Does have rear damage, so Bibby and Ron may start catching him soon.
Fish has gained another second on Apex on this lap, so he's burning. He's got a run going.
He's up on his best lap as well.
Steve-O is now 10 seconds up.
He's still pulling away from his brother. I'll be interested to see when he pits. I'd like to know if he's going to do what Panda did, or if he's going to do something different.
Yeah, speaking of, we've got Shippo on his 10th lap on softs, and his front and rear rights are looking pretty sad. I would expect
I imagine we'll see
him,
Shippo in this lap.
If I was him, I would take it another 2 laps, but there we go.
Oh, he's doing at least one more.
He's got the fuel.
Driving on worn tyres is not his favourite activity though.
He's got a 16 second gap now.
Oh,
so
got someone facing the wrong way ahead.
Uh-oh.
It's Ronnie. It's lapped the car. Look at her.
It's going to cause a problem with these 1 and 2 coming up on him.
Steve has already passed. Jake, after his couple pit stops, back up to 12th and with the fastest lap. He'll be some going to get back up into the podium from where he is now, but definitely think he's got the opportunity to get into the top 10. Another problem with that Citroen is it also has a very tiny fuel tank. Bibby's managed to get his way past LeChick. Both of them have damage. In the Reaper Aston Martin. The Aston Martin was the car that took pole and won last season with Scott driving. Oh, Bibby's clipped the wall again.
Is that the DB9?
Nah, the V12 Vantage.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think it suffered a bit with tyre wear, but around a track like this where the deck's relatively low, it was quite good. Took, I think it was 12 seconds he had the lead by. That was against Penelope. You know,
It's pretty impressive.
It's a great save there from Bibby not to go into the wall again then. Right, Shippo, he's going on again. He's doing his 2 laps like you said. It's starting to go dark as well now.
So Shippo is going for a reverse 1 stop.
Yep.
That's interesting. I don't think we've seen anyone try and do that.
I don't think anyone could have got... Well, a lot of the other cars were struggling to get the softs to last.
Yeah, his rear right tire is it's got to be hurting.
Well, I put it on lap 20 and did 10 laps on them, and that's what mine looked like. Got burnt through really fast. There's a little crowd of cars up here. I don't think Zaskar or Fishtail has either had an incident or Apex has picked up the pace because that gap's gone back up to 4 seconds and down to 1.5 to Zaskar.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Steve-O has damage and dropped to 5 seconds.
He's in. He's doing what Panda did, I think. I think he's going to try and do medium soft.
Yeah, with damage on lap 12 on the mediums, you'd have to.
So MG Dunn is our new race leader with Isaiah behind, 2.5 seconds. But look at the fuel difference between them two cars.
Oh yeah. Isaiah could go.
I think he said he's going to try and go to 2022. That sort of reason. Make it a bit safer on the softs.
I mean, if he can hold this pace for another 9 laps, he's going to finish pretty strong.
I mean, we say it every week, but considering he's had a week off, I mean, a season off pretty much, to go away and save the world, I think he's come back faster. So we either lied and didn't have a season off and just sat practicing, or divine intervention has sped him up. Shippo now into the pits as well. Isaiah catching right to the back of Ronnie. Hopefully Ronnie doesn't slow him down too much. I'll watch how fast this Lexus is now. See if he can pull away from Ronnie. Ah, look how much he's short shifting as well.
Oh, he's still pulling a pass on Ronnie and short shifting. Jay has damage again. And Smack probably doesn't want us to look at his car right now.
Fishtail has not made any more inroads into Apex or pulled away from Zaskar. Zaskar considerably more fuel as well than Fishtail and Apex. Steve-O now out on softs. So the one thing, another point of this track as well is the traffic. Obviously we've seen that it's really hard to overtake. Even now Steve-O's pitted relatively early. He could get stuck in a fair bit of traffic now that hampers his progress catching back up to his brother. Because he's obviously going to be going like no one's business on fresh soft tyres.
I just flipped through the field and noticed everyone except for where Smack and Jake has counter steering assistance on. It's interesting.
Oh, no one's got it on mine. It should be down as prohibited, so.
It's prohibited?
Yeah. No, on the stream, no one's showing it. Shippo's come out in 10th, behind his rival, but his rival is yet to pit. I will say that Smack's tyres on that Porsche look pretty good, considering. I mean, I know he's got damage, but.
Oh yeah, his tires look great, and he has damage all over.
He missed his ride, but he wanted to go back to him.
He's in front of Shippo by 3 seconds. Oh, but Shippo, he pitted, right?
Yeah, Shippo's pitted.
Got fresh mediums.
He should be able to go. Did he put enough fuel in to go to the? Yeah, he's put enough fuel in to go to the end. Tom and Jake both have Matt behind. Jake done the right thing there, let Matt through. Quite a few of these black markers in between the leaders now.
Yeah, we've got specs coming up on Tom.
Matt loves riding that wall on that left hairpin. It's a good thing we don't have wall penalties on. And again.
He has almost the same tires as Isaiah, just not nearly as much fuel. Yeah, this is letting Isaiah catch up a little bit. Oh,
Oh, is that Tom into the wall?
yep.
That McLaren through that dipper is not an easy car to drive. Apex on the back of his McLaren buddy. Should get the move done here. Steve-O's passed Fishtail. And Zaskar. Has Fishtail had an incident? Yeah, he has on this lap, I think. 5 seconds down. So that's made that easier for Steve-O. Half a second on the off the back of Zaskar now.
That's too bad.
Them soft tyres giving Steve-O a great load of traction out of that corner. Do you go for it? No, it's probably the right thing to do, to be fair. See if you can slip past him. I don't think he had the best of exits.
Jake has got a run on our number one specs. See if he's going to unlap himself.
No, I don't think Jake will do that. Jake being over 2 minutes behind.
We do allow you to unlap yourself if you can do it cleanly.
Yep. Steve-O and Zaskar fighting. This is what I mean. Steve-O's stuck behind now. He's half throttle. He's letting off. He's losing time. And he's going to have the dirty air.
Shippo is flashing.
Oh, side by side. Oh, nearly. See, that trip through the mountain there has just lost Steve-O like 1.8 seconds to fish behind.
Ooh.
Is that Apex in front or is that Tom? It's Tom, isn't it? It's quite hard to see from the third person view with how dark it is. Steve-O should now be past, yeah, Steve-O's past that guy now. So he's 14.5 seconds behind his brother, but he will have to pit again.
Shippo has pulled a move on Snack and is now up 2 seconds. Might have been all the flashing lights.
Racing in the dark just invites it, doesn't it? Whether it's sportsmanlike or not, that's another question.
That's ruthless. It's ruthless.
Have you seen the video of what the guy did at the Nürburgring?
No, I haven't.
I think it's ACC. He, as they're going through, I can't remember what it's called, through the foxhole, through all the fast bit, he turns his lights off on as the car behind, and the car behind crashes. He just turns them back on and keeps going. So lucky that that feature is not in Gran Turismo. So it looks like the pack's really close together, but it's just a lot of lapped cars in between, I think. Steve-O has just pulled 4 seconds so far on Apex in this one lap.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, he's on fresh softs. Apex is on very worn mediums. Not surprising.
caught his brother by 2 seconds.
So Specs in first now with his front right is maybe got 15-20% left.
He'll need to get it at least 2 more laps, I think, to get a one-stop to work properly.
Got Jake unlapping himself. That's going to slow Specs down quite a bit.
Steve less than a second behind Apex now as he goes through the first corner. But I think he's going to be in the way up the mountain. I don't think he's going to be close enough.
Yeah, I mean, he really wants to put those soft tires to work. Steve-O really needs to get by Apex, and he's going to do it right here.
Apex just allowed him to.
So that's going to give him some clean air to make some time up.
Matt, is that Lachicki's just come round? That was risky where he made that overtake. Yeah, it is Lichick, I think. Lichick moved out of the way though.
Am I seeing this right? That the gap between Jay and Bibby in 7th and 8th is 45 seconds?
It could be. Is Jay pit yet? I think the rest of all pit, haven't they? No. Shippo's pit. Shippo is still over a pit stop away from Jay.
Well, Jay's pit like 3 times, hasn't he?
Nah, I don't think he's pit yet.
Oh, he's been running this damage. Okay. Fish has not pit. He has not. Devo has.
Steve-O has, and he's got the gap down to his brother to 8 seconds. I think the lap cars helped, because I'm sure it was at 12 the lap before.
We'll see Steve-O take the lead in the next lap or two as these guys pit.
Let's go to the front and have a little flick down the field. So Matt in first, 3.5 seconds to Isaiah. But look at Matt's fuel compared to Isaiah's.
Yeah, that I was just noticing. I mean, all this fuel saving that Isaiah's done, and you know, if his tires aren't going to match, you know, his fuel, it's kind of a lost cause.
Yeah, I think he should have started pushing a bit earlier. But I mean, in terms of consistency, his lap times are pretty good. All in the 5s, just started to drop into the 6s. I mean, he's got a time there less than 100 away from each other. Behind Isaiah, we have Steva, 2.9 seconds. So that gap's come down again now, 6 seconds from 7.5 at the beginning of the lap. Steva needs to get level with or ahead of his brother before he pits, really. He'll have fresher tyres at the end, but he's going to have to go through all this traffic again. Apex in 4th, Zaskar in 5th, and closing onto the back of Apex now, 1.5 seconds. But again, no fuel for either of them two either. Fishtail, 2.2. Now Fishtail's got to pit this lap, look at his fuel.
Oh yeah.
But this is a good point to pit. I think the soft's doing, 11 laps, that's doable on the lower fuel.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of people pitting right here in a second.
Yep, Matt's in. I think Isaiah will keep going. Go for an overcut. Yep. Steve-O will keep going. Apex has kept going. Zaskar's kept going. Fishtail's in. So if I'm Jay, I'm going in now, because I know the softs will go to the end and I can get rid of that damage.
Mm-hmm. see where Specs comes out.
He's going to need about 60 something, 57% of fuel. There you go, he's out. He's come out in loads of fresh air, 16, 17 seconds behind Zaskar. That's going to help him on the fresh softs now. Jay is also in. So now Matt on fresh tyres can push now as hard as he can up to Zaskar. What's the pit loss around here? About 24 seconds-ish?
Yeah, it's long.
Probably longer actually if you're doing a one-stop because of all the fuel you got to put in.
Mm-hmm.
Fishtail's come out 16 seconds behind Matt. Again on his fresh softs. Did put a bit more fuel in than Matt as well.
Z-Car is just taking it to the end on his tires and fuel, and he is right up the tailpipe of Apex.
I think Bibby will be in this lap as well. Shipper's right on the back of him, but Bibby with damage. Yeah, Bibby's in, so Shipper moves into 8th. Big gaps across the field. He's a minute behind the next car of Jay. Jay's just pitted as well. Jay coming around the final corner. Jay's going to have to pit again before the end as well.
I think Smack attacked Mac. His entire car is damaged. I'm kind of curious to see how long that takes to fix.
Zaskar's in. I think Apex is in. One of them two have definitely got a penalty there, I think. Right, let's see where Matt comes out now to the rest of these cars. Oh, it's a great outlap, that is. Azar hasn't even started fueling yet. What was the gap before when he went in? About 3 seconds?
Yeah. Steve-O now has 22 seconds in front of
he
Specs.
probably is about a pit stop ahead, isn't he?
Yeah, that's going to be really nice if he pulls this off.
Isaiah now 9.5 seconds behind. He has gone 1 or 2 laps longer than, or 1 lap longer than Matt, but that's a lot of time to catch it back up, that is.
Yes, but Steve-O made a mistake. He did not put in fuel when he pit for his first stint on softs. And
yeah, but he'll go
put in fuel now.
If he goes in now, he'll probably be about 4 seconds or so behind his brother. Then it's just a battle of pace.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's enough fuel there to do another lap. I mean, this lap's like a 2:05. His brother's already bringing the gap down. As 11 seconds behind.
Devo is going in. Put on a fresh set of softs and 8 laps of fuel.
Apex with a 5.5 second penalty.
Ooh,
that's gonna let Fishtail past.
How do you get 5?
I think he must have got. I don't know what corners he's cut. He definitely cut the pit entry. That's dropped him back down into 6th. Matt now just going around the first corner.
Ooh, Isaiah might get in front of him here. He's getting held up by Snack.
No, so Steve-O has 6-7 seconds by the end of this straight to catch up to his brother. Is Smack going to move out of the way?
I bet he doesn't.
You are correct. Oh, Oh, I've almost lost it on the curb then. Probably didn't do anything, the game just randomly gives 2-second pens, Scott says.
Yeah,
Oh.
smack. Oh.
Was he trying to let Isaiah pass at that point there?
I think he hit the wall and it wasn't intentional. So that let Isaiah get by and Z-Car.
Steve-O 3.3 seconds ahead of Isaiah now. But that's just cost Isaiah a load of time. And he's got more back markers in the way as well. Zaskar 1.6 seconds off the back of Isaiah.
It's going to be a nice sprint to the end. Everyone has pitted, got fresh softs.
Matt has the least fuel out of the top three. I hope he's put enough fuel in. Yeah, his outlap was about 3 seconds slower than Matt's Scott. So, I think so. It was 7 seconds when he left the pit. So he's probably got caught up behind cars. There's a nice little pack forming here. Coming towards the end of the race. Zaskar 1.1 seconds now behind Isaiah. And Isaiah stuck behind another back marker.
Really kind of surprised at this gap. At 6th place, Apex, 33 seconds ahead of Jay. Jay is 38 seconds ahead of Jake.
Jake's managed to get himself past Shippo then. I think Jake's picked 3 times, to be fair to him.
Shippo is 40 seconds ahead of Bibby.
Bibby's here now in front of our 3rd and 4th place, and he has allowed Zaskar right on the back of Isaiah through this mountain section. In the RR, there's no reason for people to move out the way on a blue flag. They just need to stay predictable. That Aston's pretty handy in a straight line as well, so hopefully he moves over to one side.
Oh, this Isaiah Z-Car all right up past the Bibby right now on this final straight.
But is Z-Car going to try and... No, he stays behind. I love these night races, the flames that these cars flick off. Some nice blue flames from the side of the Lexus potentially. Oh no, it's been good. So that's made Isaiah lose 3 seconds now. 3 more seconds to Steve-O.
Specs just ran his fastest lap, 2:34. You know, Specs he's still got 6 laps to go, and his tires compared to Steve-O, quite a difference.
Right, let Apex pass there. I think we said it at the beginning, and it's the story of this race. This track is just extremely difficult. Who was that? Jay just passed. That's it. It's too dark to see. Zaskar is sticking with Isaiah now. I think we might have to stick with this battle if you keep your eye on the gap between the top three if it gets any closer. But
Yeah, that 1 through 6 are all within striking range. I mean, anything can happen between those guys.
Isaiah trying to break the toe. That Lexus is just a bit too fast, I think, in a straight line for that Porsche. I don't actually think he gained any time.
Everyone's pretty much on their own.
Yeah, it's just these four attempts between Isaiah and Zaskar now. Zaskar's just setting his personal best lap of the race. 2:03.8. Isaiah's best is 2:04.0, so Zaskar is catching. I think the problem is that Lexus is just its way to defend is just by being fast in a straight line.
They've got the same tires and everything, so it's just going to come down to pace. And, you know, it's easy to catch up to someone. It's way harder to pass them.
Yeah, especially around a track like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think Zaskar made a little bit of a mistake then, a bit of a slide through that hairpin, lost a bit of time.
Oh, Specs getting held up by Tom. Got quite a penalty.
The gap to his brother hasn't changed, still 10 seconds or so. What's your plans over the 2-week break then? How many races have you got in all the other leagues that you drive in?
Thankfully, they all do kind of take a Christmas break, and we'll be taking the kids, going to see family and grandparents, and all that stuff.
2 weeks.
Apex is caught right up to fish.
We'll flick up to Matt in a sec and see what his tyres are like. I'm more concerned about his fuel because he put less in than everyone else, I think. Maybe the same as Isaiah, but he went a lap later and it's better on fuel anyway. Someone's just come out of the pits. Oh, is Apex going to be able to find space to go around Fishtail out? He's purple through the first sector.
Oh, right around the outside.
Oh, what a lovely move that was.
That was good racing.
Apex up into 5th. Isaiah now starting to stretch his legs a bit away from Zaskar, 2.6 seconds to gap. He's also catching Steve a bit, 6.8, that was over 7. Matt's tyre's over half worn, his worst tyre. He's still got, what, 4 laps to go at the end of this one.
Well, Lucky, what are you going to do over Christmas break? You going to be practicing for our next race?
Nah, I've got birthdays, Christmas. It'll be the same. All trips around the family, family's houses, grandparents, etc, etc. Unless I get any sim racing presents for Christmas, then maybe I'll have to do a little bit of practice here and there. The next track that we've got after the break's Brands Hatch as well, which is not going to be a very favourable track for my big old Lexus.
It'll be just after New Year's. We'll have some rusty drivers.
We're all just wishing for Boosted's operation to come. Just for the
And
speedy recovery, obviously, nothing else, no ulterior motives or anything like that. Wonder if we get any more
you,
car changes after the break. Now people have done, 6 races, multiple different tracks. Decide that their sprint car's better than their endurance car, or vice versa.
that's a good question.
We've seen harsh swap, but I think he will be disappointed with his race today. But moving on to a wheel, 3 days before a race around Bathurst with tyre wear in the dark, he's a braver man than I am. I wouldn't have used it until the break, if I'm honest. So whilst he may be disappointed, I think he did okay. I think everyone has, to be fair, everyone that's raced this track today in the dark has done a good job.
I agree. When I first went to wheel, it was a good month before I felt like I was anywhere close to my previous pace. You know,
Yeah, I was the same. I think I didn't start playing. I played Gran Turismo on a pad, then dropped it. Ooh, Zasco had a big slide out of the Forest Albert. Dropped it for Call of Duty during COVID, which I think everyone did. And then bought a wheel when I come back to it, so I was well off my pace was down in. It just takes practice.
all right,
So
coming up on our final 2 or 3 laps, and
Steve-O has made a bit of inroads into Matt, but I don't think it's
a
going to
little,
be.
but not enough. I
I don't
mean,
think it's going to be enough. I think
the
Matt
real
might be just.
question is, if you look at Matt's tires, I mean, he's got 2 more laps. Those softs are going to be down to 10%, and is that going to be enough, for Steve-O to make it up?
I think he'll get a lot closer. The question will be, if I was Matt now, I'm not. I'm looking to survive again. I'm not pushing. I just want to get around without crashing. I mean, that's 4 attempts through the first 3 corners there. Steve-O's caught him.
Yeah, and
But
he can see his headlights just up there around the corner, and that really gets me going. Knowing that you can start to see them,
oh, caught a little bit of curb there.
hitting the wall doesn't help.
Under 7 seconds now. To be fair, so that's a second and a half since we flicked to Steve-O. 6.5. Again, this will get close towards the end. Steve-O just needs to keep his pace up, and hopefully no more back markers in between him and his brother.
Yeah, he's about half a second faster per lap, not just on him, but also on Isaiah. So I don't think we're going to see Isaiah catching Steve-O in the next 2 laps.
Oh, I think Zaskar's had an incident because he had 11 seconds to apex. He's now only 5. No damage though, thankfully. Yeah, lap 27 was a 2 minute 10. So our podium is probably our podium. It's just, does Steve-O... It's gone back up to 7.3 seconds. I just can't see him making that time up. Unless Matt has an incident. I mean, it can happen.
Yeah, I think we've got our final grid here, unless something really weird happens.
Yeah, I agree. Matt's tyre will be very, very low. I mean, Jake's sticking with him. So a little flick down the field, see if there is anyone close. Apex has managed to maintain a 2-second gap to Fishtail.
Oh,
So
Jake
Shipper,
is putting a move on Specs.
well, I think that's because, like you said, Jake can see Shipper. They're only 3 seconds ahead up the road. .9, that might be one to watch.
Specs he's dropping that gap on every corner against Matt or Steve-O.
4.6 seconds. Can he do 4.5 seconds in one lap though? Let's see what this lap time is for. I mean, he's 2.5 seconds down, so Steve needs to be setting some very, very good purple laps to catch. And Matt's going to have the toe now off Jake's car as well down the straights. Oh, I can hear Ferrari now. I can hear it. Oh, Steve. 4.8 seconds, 3 seconds faster than that lap.
Fish is also making a move on Apex. He's getting close. Less than a second.
Apex must have had a mistake up that mountain. Oh, Jake is right on the back of Chico now. You can try it around the outside of turn 1. But these two are both in front of Matt, which is going to slow him up, but they're in a race themselves. Is Shipper going to be able to send it back? He's looking for the inside. No, he doesn't. So now Matt has two lapped cars in front of him who are in a battle. Is that going to slow him down enough for Steve?
Oh, he's flashing his lights.
Well, he's just lost a second. That's all. Again, 2.7, 2.5. Both of the cars in front are not very good through that dipper either. 2 seconds. Oh, this is going to be a tasty final lap. Come on, Steve. I mean, that weren't very impartial, was it? I just wanted to be exciting at the end. 1.3 seconds.
Oh, Jake almost lost it.
That's it. Oh, Steve almost lost it. Half a second. Careful, Steve-O. They're side by side again. Matt is not going to let him past it easy.
Oh no!
Oh.
He's flashing his lights saying, "Get out of my way."
Matt's better off just bumping one past. Oh, he picked Jake. Oh!
Oh wow! Oh, it's so close.
So our race winner just is Matt. His tyres were gone. He managed to make it work. 1.6 seconds to his brother. Shippo manages to pip Jake at the line. Isaiah coming in third. Another great solid drive from him. Daskar in fourth. I think overall he'll be quite happy with that. I mean, he won the sprint yesterday, but there's a lot of fast drivers in here. Apex just manages to hold off Fishtail as he crosses the line. Both weaving and flashing the lights. We have Jay in 7th, Shippo in 8th, Jake in 9th, Smack in 10th. Is anyone close? No. Bibby in 11th, Ron in 12th, the Chick in 13th.
That was quite a finish.
Tom in 14th. Yeah, I mean, Jake, Steve-O having that wobble coming out of that last straight just gave Matt the edge, and Matt was being very assertive with wanting to get past. But I think overall that was a very good race. Steve-O almost managing to make that 2-stop work as well, very, very nearly. Helped a lot by Jake and Shippo in front.
Yeah, that might have been the most exciting 20 seconds of this weekend. Right there on that last sector.
The Chick in 12th, I think overall he'll be quite happy with that. I'd say this track's one of the most difficult, probably the most difficult on the calendar. In the dark. continuation's only 3 minutes, so that'll probably be finished soon. Well done to the chick coming across the line in 12th. And then Ron. In
Ron
14th.
has no back right tire, and half his car is damaged.
I think the damage is probably due to the no rear right tyre. That Lambo looks like a handful. Run crossing the line in 13th. That's the end of our GT race.
That was an exciting race.
It was definitely an exciting ending. So I'll just quickly flick through that order again. So Matt P1, Steve O P2 with the fastest lap, Isaiah P3, Zaskar P4, Apex P5, Fishtail P6, Jay P7, Shippo P8, take a screenshot of that, Jake P9, Smack P10, Bibby 11th, the Chick 12th, Ron 13th, and Tom 14th.
I think we were pretty close on our predictions.
I think so. That's the end. You won't see us all now for 2 weeks, so have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and we'll see you in the new year.
Thanks for having me. See you on the track.
See you in 2025.